my life only really took a turn when I started scheduling it. And I don't mean putting deadlines and a timeline of things that I need to do for that day. I wouldn't track when I do a specific thing. I just know that that thing needs to get done. Because the randomness of every day is the biggest catalyst against that. It doesn't allow you to say with conviction that you know for sure in the minutes you set, you would do your meditation or you would have your workout, that you'll actually get it done in that time frame. It's impossible to maintain a routine steady like that without ever falling off the wagon and then beating yourself up for it like everyone does is impossible. When you beat yourself up, that voice in your head that's calling you names, pushing you to doubt yourself, making you doubt if you even have any value at all, that voice didn't come from events you didn't have any control over. It's there to remind you not to settle for less. When you sit around all day and you play video games and you browse TikTok and you watch the hours run by, that muse, that voice, it never speaks to you because you never took the first step out of the comfort zone. You didn't enter its domain. You didn't let yourself potentially put your ego, your confidence at risk to truly put it to the test and to see if you're worth all the shit you say you are. Of course, you don't feel tempted to doubt yourself because there's nothing to doubt. You never made a claim that has so much conviction that the whole world might turn at you and think, this guy's crazy. I'll tell you one thing that will guide you in any pursuit that you choose to excel at, and you should. Only the discouraged fail. Because despite all the naysayers, despite everything people might be thinking, the only person who can stop you is you. The path is already laid out. You might not see the next step in front of you, but when you take it, the next one appears. Even if the whole world is telling you no. Even if the people whose no means more to you than your own are telling you no. If you feel it within you that it's the right path to take, how can you let them influence you? What does that make you? A creator or a creation? Are your desires, your thoughts, your wants a consequence of what you were taught when you were a kid? The bad things you went through, the good things you went through? Or does none of that matter now, and the only way forward can be paved from this moment on? Which of the two frames of mind do you think is of actual benefit to you? Because the first one allows you to accept discouragement. It lets you not take the first step. How many stories would have never ended up being told if the main characters allowed themselves to just get discouraged by what other people have to tell them? It's like learning to walk. Of course you're gonna fall along the way, but the more you do it, the more you sharpen your skills, sharpen your sword. When you strike and when the world sees you strike, the impact is undeniable. It's like Bruce Lee said, I don't fear the man that knows 100 moves. I fear the man that has practiced the same move 100 times. Now I might be butchering it, but the lesson is the same, because distracting yourself by pursuing something else and taking the first step in something else is the same thing as being discouraged, because the difficulty of continuing down the path of what you've already committed to is too difficult for you. And I've been there. I understand this incentive to try as many things as possible, and whatever works best is the best for me. But how about choosing the thing, the pursuit that you know when you succeed in, you will value the most? Seems like a much better trade-off. Honestly, I've put my work at the forefront, and it's paid me in detriment to my health because of the way I've been going about it. and because of the standard of human being I've been accepting for myself. It's fascinating what the brain is capable of. How, if you embody the person that you know you want to be, because you know it will get you what you need, what you really desire in the long term. This is a skill that every single human being on earth has, but we've all become so distracted and isolated, and our attention, instead of being directed towards shaping our stories, is being directed at watching others shape theirs. And if you have a story worth telling, and most people believe that they do, then it would be a real shame for the world not to find out about you, not to truly benefit from your existence and your contribution. Turn off all notifications. Go ghost mode. Isolate yourself, really. When was the last time you spent even 10 minutes alone with your brain, listening to what it has to tell you? I'm often surprised by how many people avoid their consciousness. To me, it's been the best guide I've had, far beyond what any self-development speaker can give me on the internet. They understand a generalized version of the journey, that you have to be kind to yourself and you have to improve every day, at least a little, and you have to make an effort for the people you love, and that includes yourself. These are things everyone knows already, and they've heard so many times, and yet they do nothing about it. One of the reasons I wanted to create this channel is to see if I could niche down a certain subspecies of people that think the way I do, that understand that this journey of discipline and forever chasing a perfection that doesn't exist isn't only worth the doing, but is the only thing worth doing, because it's impossible in the eyes of others. How do people like Kobe Bryant come along? It's the disruptors that change the world, that have an impact beyond what wealth can get them. It's not just about status, it's about memory, it's about legacy, about truly reinventing yourself into who you one day could become. And once you know who that person is, it's about outlining the steps to get there. And you won't get there by trying to wake up at the same time every day, trying to cram as much crap into your already bull-loaded schedule and then stress yourself out even more. You live in a connected world where every single person in some way is vying for your attention. It's about damn time you give that attention to yourself, because unlike them, you need it for a good reason. Here's a little exercise to try for after you watch this video. Go into your room, or preferably somewhere quiet. Turn off your phone, turn off any electronics around you, and just sit down and allow yourself to think. And your main goal is to answer, what things am I currently doing that I know I should not be doing, that I know if I stopped doing, I would be better off? Or what things should I be doing that I know if I started doing, I would be better off? You sit down and you really think on that, you'll get an answer. And it won't be one you like, but it'll be the necessary one.